JM on the track, JM on the track. An ADP production. Married with Queen and Chris. Welcome to Married and Shit. Married and Shit. One spot for the spicy, one spot for the sweet. It's Married and Shit. 11 years in and you know that the marriage on fleek. Married and Shit. Like, subscribe, be sure to tap in like every other week. It's Married and Shit. Welcome to the family. Married and Shit. Married and Shit. What are we talking about?
The stereotypical married sex.
Oh, yeah. That men
trap.
believe that you're gonna, get bored with having the same coin purse every day for the rest of your life.
For some people, I have married friends. For some people, that is like the case for them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a legitimate fear.
And not that it wasn't, not that it was the same way before. Sometimes you be like, well, I mean, hell, you ain't test drive it before you decide to, go off the line. In some cases, like, yeah, I test drove it and it drove like a Ferrari. And
then when you get
and
married,
now I got it back. It's like a damn Geo Metro or something like that, or it's like one of them old school Volvos, the ones that.
No, Geo Metro's good.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's an accurate statement.
It's just like she was flipping it over and on top and all that stuff, and then we got married and it was missionary. It was missionary, and she just laid there like this with the legs open, didn't make no noises, and after I was done, she was like, "Okay, you done? Okay." Yeah. But it's that wasn't our story. But yeah, and that's what the perception is now. I don't know what the women's version of the marriage sex trap is.
I don't know. That's honestly what I thought. I don't.
Maybe it's the fear that now he feels like that we're married, that every time he's.
No, I mean, I don't know, because I was the first one out of like my core friends to get married. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I didn't really have anyone in my generation.
Oh yeah, we already both determined that we didn't talk to our parents about it.
Yeah. So I didn't really have any type of perception outside of, I knew that's how men felt, but I only knew that because of like movies and culture and that whole sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So there wasn't like a female aspect of it other than you better make sure you give him sex, because if you don't give it to him, he's going to find somebody else who will. Like, that's the only real like married stereotypical.
Where did that perception come from?
I don't know, probably because all men are cheaters.
Black men don't cheat. And that's a fact.
Okay.
Facts.
Hashtag facts.
Hashtag facts.
But no, I think.
Well, no, I remember like talking to my granddaddy on my mom's side. I mean, he wasn't proud. He didn't go outside of his marriage, but I think my granddaddy remembers that. He remembers having, or not remembers. I'm pretty sure some of them, I don't know, maybe some of them still alive, but. My granddaddy admitted to me, and it was crazy, because granddaddy definitely didn't talk to us about stuff like this. But I remember when he first admitted to me that, I remember there were nights where daddy didn't come home, and I knew that it was like we all knew, everybody in the town knew, like mama knew, but she never talked about it because we played together. But he was like, I had some half brothers and half sisters, and I guess way back then, we're talking about in the
50s, 60s.
No, because my parents were born in the 60s.
Yeah, so 60s, 70s.
No, I'm talking about my great-grandfather.
Oh, your grandfather. Oh, I thought you meant...
My granddaddy was telling me about his father.
Oh, okay.
So we're probably talking back in like the 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
And he remembers when he was a little boy, there were nights where daddy didn't come home. And he remembers that he had brothers and sisters that didn't have the same mama. And it was one of the things where he was like, his mama just didn't talk about it. He's like, we played together.
And I think that was common. That was common in, I think a lot of black families where...
So maybe that's where the narrative came back and it just evolved into, hey, well,
yeah.
Hey, look.
Actually, that's really a good assessment because, in my family, I know of
great grandfather. Now, I never met this dude, so.
Well, I know, like in my family, there are different men in my family who stepped out, and it was always that sense of as long as he comes home at night, as long as he's paying the bills, you know what I mean? Like, we'll allow him these leeways.
That conversation, that conversation that your uncles was having at the barbecue, I was like, oh Lord. I was like, and they was talking loud too.
It was a different time though. And I think nowadays we hold men more accountable for keeping it in your pants. You know what I mean? But before that, when we were getting married, we didn't really have anyone in our generation to really look up to say, this is how effective marriage is supposed to be like, so I think we both went into it with different mindsets. And I know for me, like, that's why I would tell you, like, fix your face.
Look, you were about to say something and you stopped. You think about it.
I had to stop because I didn't want it to come across in a wrong way. But like, I know that there are times where you may want sex where I may not be in the mood. And I'll just be like, listen, just if you feel like you want some sex while I'm asleep, just go ahead and get it popping. And then just wake me up in the middle of the act. And I'm good.
and I never do it.
You never do it.
I never do it because this is like, you basically just told me, hey, I don't feel like doing this, but if you want to, then whatever, just take it. And I'm just like, I'm suddenly don't want to do this anymore. And I just go to bed, and it's, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that,
I know, and I think that comes from me like, okay, if he really wants it, just have it. It's yours, whatever.
I mean, but is that a good thing that I don't?
It is a good thing on one side, you know what I mean? Because you respect me, and I definitely
appreciate. What's the other side?
Okay, the other side is, excuse me. The other side is.
Yeah, that's them hot wings.
The other side.
Wings was good.
Is that, I'm not the type, like, I'm in the mood sometimes, and then sometimes I'm not in the mood. And then sometimes I don't get in the mood until we're literally, like, doing it.
Yeah, but
so, like, if you just wake me up in the middle of doing it, I just can't help but to be in the mood, because it's like, ooh, wait a minute. You like, wake me up to this really good feeling.
Yeah, but, look, I'm going to tell y'all something. Look. I enjoy sleep. All right. And I don't know about y'all. I get what you're talking about. That can be a nice little surprise to have.
Yeah, but, it's like, ooh.
A person like me, like, once I wake up, I am up.
Yes, I know.
So, it's and it's not even about, because I know you ain't got no problem. We'll finish and you'll be like, I'm good.
Right?
Within seconds, drool coming outside of her face. I'm just like, oh, well, it's 3:17 in the morning, and I have to be at the gym at 5:45, and
yeah.
Looks like I might as well start warming up now, because
I will say that's kind of the reason why I know, like, so for a few spurts in our marriage, we had issues where, you wanted me to initiate more. And
yeah, because it's not that I'm like scared or worried or anything, but it's just like, sometimes we just need that reassurance that, hey, when we're doing this, it would be nice to know that you have legit interest in doing it before we start. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like, it's one of them things where, like, in do you remember the movie? What's the movie with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston? It was like The Breakup or something like that, where they were arguing because basically there was a married couple.
Is this the dishes argument?
Yes.
Okay.
And and they were arguing. He was like, "Well, what is it that I'm not doing?" or something like that. And she was like the dishes. And he was like, what are you talking about? I do dishes. She was like, yeah, but you do it when I ask you to. Like, I want you to want to do dishes. He's like, who just wants to do dishes?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And in that sense, she's basically saying, hey, I want you to take the initiative sometime. I don't want to have to always ask you to have to do this. Or, you know, and I guess that's the way I feel. It's like sometimes I don't want to have to, like, if I feel like I'm the one that, or like, how you complain, like she complains to me that, you know, I don't plan a lot of dates
at all.
All right, you know, don't say at all because I planned the last one. So, let me have this.
I'll let you have it.
All right. No, but really, I don't at all. It's just not something that comes across my mind. You know, now if she specifically says, "Hey, babe, hey, this upcoming weekend, I would like you to plan something for us to do. And I'd rather it not be this, or this." And I'll come up with something. But I'm pretty sure inside her head, she's like, I would like to not have to ask him to do it.
Absolutely.
And I think that's where that feeling comes from for me. It's just like, hey, for once, I would like, you know. Now, look, every time we've traveled, every time we've gone out of town, she initiates it all. On them cruises, I'll just be sitting there watching a little TV, or you know, we beat and went and you know, we didn't ate at the restaurant, or we're just chilling. You know, we're just chilling in the room between events on the boat, and I'll just be sitting there just chilling. Next thing you know, she'll come creeping out the bathroom with some lingerie on and stuff like that. So, like on the trips, when we're in some type of exotic place or just a different situation than the norm, than the everyday life, she's all about it. But like,
I think I've been doing better though.
Like tomorrow night though, if anything is done, it's going to be initiated by me. You know, and that's but
no, I've been doing better though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want my props for doing better.
But you love to. As soon as I talk about planning a day, whoop whoop, yeah, no, he don't do it. I do everything. You throwing up gang signs and everything, and I'm just like, but I gotta acknowledge that you have been doing better. I can't be like, yeah,
because I have been doing better
over the last couple months. Yeah,
I have been doing better though over the last couple of months.
Okay, you want a cookie?
No. Do you want a cookie?
No, I don't eat cookies.
Oh, you don't?
I don't eat cookies.
You eat these cookies.
What's the face? What's the face? What is that face? Kevin Hart said, I love Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart said, he was like, when we talking shit, you was like, oh, you were talking that shit when you was eating my ass. Like, you gotta show the just ate ass face. So we weren't gonna talk about that. You just gonna talk about that?
I'm just saying. I was just saying. You eat these cookies. But anyway.
See?
What was he talking about?
Look at that. Now you get me. But I got the hiccups and I laughed so hard.
But anyway, I have been doing better. It was something I definitely had to work at. And I think
last night. Whoop whoop.
Did I last night?
Yeah, I think I was asleep.
Yes.
I actually went back to sleep after that one.
That's the only time you go right back to sleep though. Cause like I'll stay up and sew to the wee hours of the morning. And that's usually my thank you for leaving me alone and letting me sew. Which is crazy because I will initiate.
My thank you. Well, no, wait, no.
What?
You said that's your thank you?
No, I'm not saying that's my thank you.
No, I'm saying you saying that's your thank you for me allowing you to stay down and sew.
Well, I don't want to say like my thank you. What I mean is like, because I know you'll tell me, you be like, Honora, don't stay up all night sewing because you got stuff to do.
But after she's been down there sewing, like there'll be some mornings where my alarm is going off and I hear her sewing machine going, and I'll just be like, yo, it is 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'll go and be like, hey, or no, there have been times where I've come in. I remember one time it was a different situation, but you remember when I bought
Are you talking about Hawaii? Let me just ask. Are you talking about Hawaii?
Yes.
Are you talking about that damn video game?
I bought her The Sims 3.
Whatever.
I think 3 or 4.
Whatever.
It was the one that was on Xbox 360. That back when I had an Xbox. But I bought her The Sims 3, and I came down. No, that's what it was. It woke up in the morning.
You went to work.
Yeah, I was going to work, and she was like, "Oh, let me jump on this Sims game and see what it's about, whatever." And I came back home, and she was like, "Oh, hey, babe, you home for lunch? You want me to fix you some lunch?" And I'm like, "Nah, fam. It's like
I would like some dinner, please."
It's dinner time. She was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute.
I don't know what my children ate that day.
You've been roasting your funky ass on the couch all day. Like, you ain't moved from the kids didn't eat nothing."
I'm pretty sure the kids ate something.
You probably not, because they were in the learning place.
Well, then I had to go pick them up then, cause
no, we didn't pick them up till after that.
Oh shit! I don't know what I did today.
You played The Sims. I don't think you ate, because when I got there, you was like, "Oh, hey, you're home for lunch?" Like, no, I'm home for the day. But it goes without saying, that was funny. That was funny. But I remember I would wake up in the morning. I would come down in the little room that she got set for sewing, and she was like, "Okay, babe, all right, I'm gonna come to bed. It's time for me to come to bed." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm letting you know, I'm about to go to work." She's like, "What? Shut up! Are you serious?" I'm like, "No, I won't shut up." And yes, I'm dead ass serious.
And I and that's kind of like my. Now don't take me at face value right now, but that's my internal reminder to initiate is if I stay up late and I don't want to use the word allow, but you let me stay up late.
I don't be bugging you
you don't be bugging me to come to bed. 15 minutes
time I come to bed. Yeah.
Right. So if you don't do that and I stay up late, internally it's like, all right, Quinora, just prepare yourself.
No, see, for me,
to initiate when you get in the room.
No, see, for me, my gift, I've given the gift first of leaving you alone. And it's just like, you know what? Hey, I'm just going to go to sleep.
And I say thank you.
Look, if you're listening to this episode, you need to go back and watch it, because her... but no, yeah, but that's what it's about now. That's how things have changed for us. We're now thinking about that. We're heavily considering, and that's what it was. I think back in our early years and the yesteryears, and it's not the same for everybody. There's no one answer. Everybody's not the same way, but in our earlier years, our attitudes towards sex was very selfish.
Very.
This is what I like. This is what I want him to like. This is what I want her to like, and stuff like that. So this is the narrative I'm going to keep trying to push in the bedroom. And now, it's more about, okay, let me actually listen to her and figure out what is it that my wife enjoys. Mm-hmm. What is it that we can do to make things, because at the end of the day, and we told y'all from the beginning, our perception of things is the way this has to run is this shit has to last forever.
Absolutely.
Because our youngest is 3, and as she says, baby factory's closed. So as of now, I got to accept that baby factory's closed. That means, once little Kristen is out the door, it's just us.
And we have to be able to not only live with each other, but like each other, have fun with each other. And part of that is not accepting society norms and just living our marriage for us. So whatever we decide as a couple is, our to-do, so to speak, in our marriage, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, and that's opened us to some things that people probably be like, y'all weird. Or it might have opened us to some things to like
some non-traditional avenues.
I think one day she told me that she has this fantasy of wanting to be in like a public place. I don't know if I'm with that yet.
First of all, it's not a fantasy because we have been in a public place before.
No, I'm talking about like not trying to hide from anybody public place.
Oh. I'm about to say we have definitely been in a public place before.
We've been in some places that should definitely be on restrictions. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Just let your minds wander. Guess in the comments. We're not saying yes or no. So things of that nature. We ain't talking about no crazy stuff. So. Don't let your minds wander too far.
Right.
But there have definitely been some things that the traditional society that fall outside of the norms.
Traditional norms.
The traditional norms. So that's how things have evolved for us. And things are going to continue to evolve. We're going to continue to test the limits of our sex life and test the limits of our marriage as a whole, because the way things are going now, we see that the outside world, we're looking on social media every day where people's relationships, people's marriages are being tested every day, and more times than none they fail.
Yeah, I don't want to say that we test our relationship. I think it's just more of
we build it. We strengthen it.
Yeah, we strengthen it and we build it. There are a lot of things that I feel like couples don't talk about. Mm-hmm. Couples won't try to have an open mind about. Couples won't, they're just like, oh, well, society says we should stay in this box. And whatever that box is for your relationship as a whole, we're just going to stay within our box. But why would you stay inside that box when you can build a whole damn house? You know what I mean? Like, that's how I look at it. And, if you go outside of that box a little bit.
Like, there are people out there that don't believe in monogamy.
Yeah.
But they want to be in a committed relationship. Hey, well, find some shit that works for you. There are some people that, there are people, men and women. Clearly, our 3-year-old is still awake. There are men and women alike out there. That there are men out there that like certain things that society says that traditionally a man is not supposed to like, and it's not. We're not talking about necessarily anything in a homosexual nature. We're just talking about things that, hey, I would really like it if my woman did this to me, but I'm scared to ask for it because society says if I like this, then I'm supposed to be this way. And that's just not, I hate that narrative, and I wish people would really kill that, like what you like, or else you're just pretty much going to torture yourself, all your life. So, if monogamy is not your thing, then monogamy is not your thing. If it's a lot more water than because the ice melted.
Yeah, that's water.
If
but it can be anything, and I think nowadays
there are people. Look, we found out there are whole trips dedicated to people that don't like monogamy, and I was like, oh wow, not don't like it, but people that don't necessarily believe in restricting themselves in monogamy. And I was like, oh wow, hey, so hey, if that's your tribe out there, hey, go find them.
Right. Had we had a better understanding of sex, our sex life, what we like, and what we, and even our communications when it comes to our sex life, had we been a little bit more open and understanding of one another earlier on, I think we would have.
We'd have found out we was on the same page with a lot of things a long time ago.
And
both of us were probably sitting there like, I don't know if I should say something.
I shouldn't say this.
Because Massa said.
Shut up.
Massa said, by Massa, I'm talking about pastor.
Yeah.
All right, and that's another good thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into a big tangent, but that's going to be another thing that we're going to talk about. All right, we going at one of these days. We going to talk about.
It's going to be an episode.
The religious norms, and we're going to talk about the way we were brought up and the way we see things now. All right, now I can go ahead and start off by telling y'all that we are both. No, I'm not going into detail.
Oh, okay.
We're saying this. We're both brought up as God-fearing people.
Yes.
All right, and we're still God-fearing people, but. Yeah.
With an asterisk.
Yeah, with little, it's some little
asterisk.
And some question marks there.
Yeah.
And I think it's natural to have these questions. But, sticking to what we have now, that's what you should have heard, from these last couple of episodes is, our sex, our introductions to sex.
And our sex evolution.
And the evolution. I like that. I like it.
Sex evolution.
Our sex evolution from young adolescence to,
the age we are, to our 30s.
Yeah.
And it's definitely going to be more sex episodes. This was just like our baseline.
Some of them might get lit, though. If you thought this was bad, then just, I don't know. I feel like there's something that we got to keep for ourselves, Next thing you know, folks going to be like, set the camera up in the room so you can see. Nah, we ain't doing.
We ain't going that far.
There are going to be some things, think, but,
hell, there's some things already up there.
I would, I'm surprised. You was just, I feel like I can't let you drink no more before you was just.
Oh, wait, you talking about stuff on this episode? I thought you was talking about
stuff that you said.
Oh, I thought
sometimes some things you said, I was like, but.
Oh, I thought you was talking about.
We'll talk about it afterwards. I don't know what you're talking about.
Pictures.
Oh no, I'm not putting you out there. If you want to put yourself out there,
that'll be another episode. How about that?
No, I don't want that to be an episode.
You don't want that to be an episode?
Nope.
Okay, we'll keep that between ourselves.
Because I fear the future. It could possibly.
I have no shame.
I fear the future. I don't want to speak it into existence.
Oh, okay. We're gonna leave it at that.
But yeah, so with that being said, I mean, is there anything else you would like our listeners to hear?
No, I think
or something you would like them to take away from this episode?
I think the biggest takeaway is to educate yourself on what you like and explore what you think you may like.
With your partner.
Yes, with your partner. Explore what you think you may like. And don't be afraid to, get with your partner on it.
Yeah, and I can tell you from both of our experience, I think there have been things that both of us have brought to the table and found that, very surprisingly, that the other was in support of whatever it was, even if it was like something as simple as, hey, I
think something as simple as like midday quickies.
Yeah, something as simple as midday quickies to something as complex as one day trying this public place thing. I don't know. That's it.
Where did you get this from?
That was something that you said you wanted to do.
I did. When we was on the beach.
Yeah, when we was in Hawaii, you wanted to go to a nude beach.
Yeah, I do want to go to a nude beach. I feel like I was a nudist in a past life, and I want to go to a nude beach. Pinky promise, we ever go back to Hawaii, we get stationed there again, we going.
I'm not promising you that.
You gonna leave me? You gonna
No, you're not going by yourself if I don't go.
No, you leaving me hanging on my pinky promise? You gonna really?
I can't make that promise. All right.
Oh, fine.
I'm just, not trying to, because then when you when you go to like a real beach, all right, look, sand gets in places where sand ain't supposed to be. And that's with swimming trunks.
You go prepare.
How do you prepare to keep sand out your booty hole?
You get a sheet or like a mat or a beach towel.
It still gets in there.
Or something.
It still gets in there. It gets in there with the trunks on. And fellas, look, I still wear the trunks with a little net in there because, I feel like it's like an extra protective layer because there's been plenty of times where we be at the beach and you'll see like a school of fish coming by and, it's just that.
I'm just saying, you don't.
I feel like it's a little extra protective layer.
We'll take this conversation offline.
No, we're not. I'm not going to a nude beach.
You don't want to at least go?
I'm not promising to go to a nude beach now.
It can be on a bucket list.
Okay,
our Hawaii bucket list.
But I'm not going to pinky promise, so you can be like, oh, yeah.
That's fine. I'll just go by myself. That'll be my solo trip.
That's what you're not doing. Foot down.
You know what? Let's cut this off. Thanks for checking us out. Married
Find out
shit.
you went to that damn beach by yourself.
Bye, Christopher. I'm gonna say, tell the people bye. The people can't hear you.
Oh, the people. Yeah, I'm not thinking about the people that's just listening.
Right, people listening. You got.
Holla.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, that'll be cute. Bye. Marry this shit. Like, subscribe, tune it now. Marry this shit. Like, subscribe, we're done for now.